right, you guys, welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi. Thank you so much for stopping by to get a quick energy reading on this eclipse season. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but it has been 24 hours of chaos. Everything I tried to do, I failed. Every time I tried to log on and pay a bill, I had some glitch. I tried to turn on a new phone. I got a new phone number, and I couldn't get that to work today. And just hours and hours of wasted time, a lot of it with technology glitches. Now, we are in Mercury retrograde, and funny that comes up because I decided to throw some cards tonight. I hadn't done a reading in a couple days because I'm taking a break. The energy is so chaotic and it's so heavy right now. I just don't feel like I can do much. And I'm like off my social media. I've taken them off my tablet. And I know the chaos is all around me. And I just really don't want to get involved. So I'm keeping my drama very low right now. I would suggest you guys do the same. 111, the universe agrees with us. Avoid arguments, avoid conversations that are difficult. Just kind of put everything on pause right now because there is a whole lot going on. Now, with that said, my Rider-Waite card, I threw 4 cards. I've got the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So I'm using my What's the Vibe? I clarified with the Santa Muerta deck. I also have my Cosmos Tarot. I've got all kinds of stuff thrown out here, and I'm going to share this with you today because it's a pretty interesting reading. So this Two of Pentacles is an energy of someone going back and forth, juggling. Pentacles can be about stability and material wealth. Like, it could be they're juggling a number of different things, but it's something that they're bonded to both things, like, kind of equally. And I clarified that with the Soulmate card and the Mercury retrograde card. So this person is juggling about a soulmate, a twin flame connection. Again, I had this in one of my readings a couple days ago, the energy of going back and forth of whether or not they could have this, right? Whether or not they could go after this. And this energy is here tonight doing the same thing. And with the Mercury retrograde, it says electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. I have been totally feeling this energy today, and this just like clarified it when I threw some cards. It's kind of funny. I love how the universe works. So I said, okay, universe, tell me a little bit more. This juggling of this twin flame or soulmate connection. There's something here about, it looks to me like when to communicate. The Mercury retrograde could have things topsy-turvy. This could mean messages didn't go through. Phone numbers changed or not working. Myself, I lost a phone number and I had to get a whole new phone and a whole new number. So I've been dealing with that. I just saw 333. But there's a lot of ways we can take this. Now, this energy of 5 of Cups in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. So I'm clarifying the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting it backed up with the Two of Pentacles. In this deck, it's kind of special because it's 2 skeletons and you can see the butterflies both on their heads. And yes, it's a card of choice, choosing each other, but it's also a card of saying this is 2 people that are having a transformation. And the 5 of Cups in the reverse is no longer up in their heads. This is somebody who's dropping down into heart. They're listening to their higher self. I just saw 414. So they were all up in their emotions, all up in their mind, and this is ending because I think the decision to go forward in this twin flame or soulmate connection, it looks like, they were going back and forth and they're shifting. They're not sure about when to communicate, but they're shifting how they think about this, and they're kind of seeing this for the soul connection that it is. Soulmate, twin flame card, 2 of Pentacles with a couple juggling. This is solid energy here. Now, the next energy we're picking up tonight is the High Priestess. Again, card number 2. So we have 2-2 if that's relevant. I've been seeing a lot of 2-2-2s. The High Priestess, this is Virgo, I believe Pisces energy if I'm not mistaken. She balances the dark and the light. She listens to her intuition. This is a card of saying we are in touch with our intuition, clarified by established, and they'll be back. I think this person is getting clarification intuitively in their higher selves, right? They're connecting with source and they're realizing that their established and stability to be settled and secure, maybe even, to build an empire and to find their true wealth. They were juggling whether or not they thought they would be able to have this with their soulmate or with their twin flame. Like, is it really true when the twin flames come together that, they're in alignment and they'll be getting all this abundance, right? They'll be stepping into the higher frequencies. I just saw 555. Number of change. So I think this person is finally listening to their intuition and realizing that the soul connection of a twin flame is the highest frequency, your highest timeline, your highest good connection that this incarnation has to offer you. Okay? Very important, very, very big. And I think this individual has come to a point where they're starting to understand that. And we've got they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. So we've got the Mercury retrograde already questioning, when is the right time to communicate? Like, this is somebody wanting to say, I think I see this now. We've got the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords in the reverse for the second time in this reading. Now, the Page of Swords can be a spying energy. It can be, trying to dig into something, find direction, do your due diligence of studying something, looking at everything. We've seen that they've gotten out of their mind. This can also be sending a message or a communication about something that is deep on their thoughts that they want to communicate. The Nine of Swords in the reverse is like there's no more stress and anxiety about this. I think this is a real shift in the collective. I think a lot of the divine unions with these big energies, you're going to see big changes right now for a lot of couples. Yeah, I see this as somebody is no longer in anxiety about messaging. They'll be back. I'm going to message. I'm just playing my cards tight because I'm listening to my intuition about possibly when to communicate. But we've got 1, 2, 3 cards of they are no longer up in their minds. That's huge, because that means the collective is dropping into their heart. They're dropping into soul. They're listening to their higher selves, not their ego. So the third energy is the Nine of Swords in the reverse with the Rider-Waite, clarified by the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So there's no more any anxiety or sleepless nights or stressing out in your mind, going over and over about whether or not you're going to return, right? The Eight of Cups is you've walked away from something. In the reverse, it means you want to return. So there's no longer an anxiety about returning. This person has made a decision. They know exactly what they're going to do. Now, I've got the What's the Vibe card clarifying the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and it says today. Good vibes now. This is about living in the moment. And I got a clarifier, and I've got the Queen of Wands. So this person may be seeing their twin flame or their significant other, take what resonates, leave the rest, soulmate, someone you feel deeply connected to, okay? Spiritually, you're bound to this person. So they're looking at, oh my gosh, things are going to be different. We're going to get to celebrate with this Queen of Wands. And she's really passionate, She goes after her desires. I think he's really attracted to that energy of like fire energy of just going for it, right? And this queen, she's holding a candle. She has kept a torch lit. And then this card today shows birthday candles. Somebody lighting their cigarette on the flames. So 2 cards of holding a torch. Oh, that's what I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flames. It looks to me like there was definitely passion between these two. They felt a connection for a very long time. Maybe they weren't seeing other people. Maybe they were, holding out, doing their healing, not really getting involved with anybody else, giving this an opportunity to come to life. Now, the burned bridges, we see again a package of matches. This can mean lack of trust, disloyal. It also could mean that somebody's turned back on. The fire has been lit. and like I feel this passion and desire. I'm no longer in this indecisive energy about who this person is to me, that it is my highest timeline, that I definitely have to communicate with them. I'm trying to figure out when's the right time to send a message, to call, to stop by. I definitely want to return. I have no anxiety about this. And this was clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I'm going to take this a couple different ways. So this person possibly is no longer in anxiety about burning a bridge with a Queen of Cups that offered her heart, but it wasn't divine timing. It wasn't the right time, okay? You could also say this person is turned back on because she offered her cup of love, and maybe it wasn't divine timing in the past, but now it is. And we clarified all this segment of energy with cycles. So this person says, man, this was fate. It was karma that we had to go through these other things, or we had to learn these lessons, or we had to find ourselves again. We had to heal. We had to find out what it is we found emotionally fulfilling. You know, were we going to step out and follow our divine soul's mission with our twin flame or our soulmate? You know, were we going to accept our mission? And it looked like there was some time that went by, even though this cup of love was just sitting out there in the open. There was some kind of karmic lesson that went on possibly between these two. It seems like somebody had to choose this. Like maybe one person was in and the other person was not. You know, the person that wanted to return again, that was all up in their heads with anxiety and in the mind, just spinning things over and over again. That energy is ended. 3 cards of no longer up in their heads. Now our final energy is the King of Wands in the reverse, clarified by the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. So the King of Wands is an energy of, you know, he can be a little bit of a prick, let's just say it. The King of Wands is very manipulative. The King of Wands can be, their shadow side is they're kind of a little nasty bastard, let's just say it. The 2 of Wands here with their guns drawn was like they were trying again to make a choice about what it is they found to be passionate, right? Maybe they were in some player energy. They liked having options. Let's look at it that way. So they weren't planning on anything long term. 3 of Wands in reverse. You know, they were doing their own thing. Knight of Swords in the reverse. You know, they didn't take any action. They didn't come forward and communicate. That's what the illusions that is being revealed right now is that they were by no means ready to communicate. It wasn't on their radar. It was almost like they had put it on the back burner and like didn't want to think about it. But as those twin flame connections, the universe kind of says and starts pecking in your ear with signs and synchronicities, and we know how that works. So this batch was clarified by smell the roses, slow down, take some you time, get out in nature. This person had to figure out what they wanted. They had to find themselves. They had to kind of step out of some player energy, maybe playing games, being emotionally manipulative. They had to open up their heart again. Their heart was closed off. If we open our hearts, it will help you attract more love, right? So they hadn't seen maybe a twin flame connection as their highest good, like their soul's purpose. Like, I can open up my heart and have this type of relationship, and I'm supported by the universe, and it'll bring me my abundance, and I won't have any of this anxiety anymore and this stress. I can get out of this karmic cycle of, you know, burning a bridge with her when she offered her love. You know, when I say her, he, it's energy, take what resonates, leave the rest. But now there's something different. The energy is shifting here, and I clarified that by the King of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the King of Wands. So that's my 3rd doubling up on energies. Double 2 of Pentacles, double 9 of Swords in the reverse, double King of Wands in the reverse. This is some really powerful energy, and 3 cards of no longer thinking through the mind. The King of Wands says, I'm no longer going to be this person that doesn't take action on my passions and desires. The 9 of Pentacles is a grandfather clock. Like, it's time. The bell has rung. Divine timing is here. It's 600. This is a reset. I just saw 1600 at that very moment. That's interesting. That it is time for me to go after what my heart desires. It's time for me to allow this abundance to come into my life and smell the roses. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. So let me ask the universe for a final message here. This very exciting, and I just saw on the bottom of the deck, intimacy, mutual respect, unity, closeness. Now, when the twin flames and the divine feminine and masculine both drop into soul, which will be led by the divine feminine, when she is totally in inner union and she doesn't have any expectations, judgments, or preferences about the outcome of her soul connection, that she can totally surrender it and trust the process and just let whatever's going to be is going to be. That energy will then reflect to her divine masculine. I just saw 1700, and they will have a reset, and they will be able to clear some of these energies, and you'll be able to have this unity, this closeness. Okay, universe, give me one more for the potential outcome here for these eclipse energies that are just bam, they are changing shit up. This communication may be delayed because of the Mercury retrograde. So just sit tight for a couple months and, just keep doing you. Everybody just do you. Listen to your intuition when you feel led. The final card, vacay. Get away, relax, have fun. We've seen that multiple times. Good vibes. You lit the torch. There's a ton of fire and passion between the two of you. Focus on looking forward to coming into union, opening your heart, taking the time to smell the roses, being out of that shitty, indecisive energy. Maybe plan a getaway. I see gliders here. Doing something different. Relax, have fun. The divine counterparts have worked very hard over the last couple years. There's been a lot of big energy changes going on, even over the last 2 years. Big, huge energy. And I think the eclipse season is really going to bring some changes. We're going to see a lot of unions. I just saw 1831. So you guys hang tight. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button. Give me a comment that you are vibing with this energy, that you're getting some of these weird electronic glitches. And if you want this healing energy of inner union, put 555 in that comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. I love that energetic exchange. That's you telling the universe, I want to support this content creator and this message so that these divine counterparts come into union. They are going to be the backbone, the souls that lock the new energies into the grid of Mother Earth. They are going to ground. This is going to be the grounding foundation for how 4D and 5D Earth will be basically rebuilt and changed and come back from the ashes like a phoenix. I love that. Hang on during the eclipse energies. Keep your communication small. Keep your circle tight. Keep your nose clean. And I'll do another reading in a couple days and see what else I come up with. Stay tuned. Don't lose me. Peace and love, everybody.